Hello everyone, this is Rick yet again. I'm redoing the last video I did on spine ticks because I wasn't happy with the quality and I think I left out an important optional step about preheating the books for very tiny spine ticks, and I've added more detailed before and after pictures. I had some complaints, and I guess sort of in my mind I still only have 3 or 4 subscribers and basically nobody watches my videos, but now I have 2,000 subscribers and there's several people watching the videos, so I'm going to do a better job. I'm still going to leave the other one up because I think there's some value in it, but I'm redoing it with some different books. I hope you find it more elucidating. Many of the products that I use here I sell on my own website, and yes, and everybody asks me, I do work on people's books for them. I am overwhelmed with that. Hundreds of requests a month. I cannot keep it up, but I'm training a person and I'm working on a partnership with a local company. I'm training a guy and they're going to help me take care of some of the work on the low end, and there's actually a partnership in the works to possibly, I'm not for sure, but might be able to submit directly to CGC after I fix your books for you. So that's coming. Look out for that. The second thing I wanted to mention is that I get a lot of questions about why I teach people to do this and why I sell products and training. Well, if you have 2 brain cells to rub together, it doesn't take long to figure out that you might make 15 or 20 bucks restoring someone's comic book, but that person may make $500 to $700 on the book. So why wouldn't you just repair your own books and sell those and make money? And indeed, it's kind of a problem for me because I have hundreds and hundreds of books, and a lot of them are very valuable. I mean, I've got some big keys that I would love to fix up. I have problems selling comic books. I just cannot do. I'm struggling to sell comic books. I fix them and then I keep them, and it's just hard for me. I like teaching. I'm a teacher. I like science. I am a scientist, and I like comic books. I am a comic book collector. I'm not a good businessman, but I'm trying. I'm trying to make this into something of a business so that it at least pays for itself, and that's my raison d'etre. That's why I do the stuff I do. So that just answers that question. I know that this intro is probably boring a lot of you, but that's my motivation and where I come from. It's not through deceptive means to try to trick you into buying something that was not useful for you to make my money, because I'm not really good. I mean, people say, oh, if he's really good at fixing comics, he would just do it himself and not tell us, right? That's been true for decades for a lot of people. It is decidedly not true for me. And anyway, without further ado, our video. Because many of you only watch the first few minutes of this video just to see what the before and after parts are for the spine tick removal and then decide if it's worth watching the remainder of the video or not, I am posting a few pictures here of this is Avengers 195, the front and then the back cover. I'm showing some images here on the screen of what the before and after process is, and then the Avengers 196 follows. And just for fun, I'm plugging in a couple pictures of the back front of a Amazing Spider-Man 1, I think 78 that I cleaned recently. And this back was just with my AccuClean cleaner and a new surfactant that I'm preparing to get out water stains and stuff. It works really well, so I'm pretty pleased with this front and back. So here's the images, and now I'll teach you how to do it. So in this case, I'm trying to improve on my last spine tick video since I received a lot of complaints about the quality of it, which, agreed, it kind of sucked. But I'm going to do a better job of trying to show you what ticks are and how to remove them. So this is Avengers book. It has a chamfered board in it, which I'll use in a moment, but I'm just using it as support for looking at the book right now. So look at this. This is a typical thing where a customer comes to me and says, hey man, I got a book that it's mint, I think it's 9.8, and then you say, oh yeah dude, that's no 9.8. So, which is always the case, right? They're like, oh, but look at this, here we go. This is 9.6 6 probably 4. So there's a spot right there. See that? That's spine tick. There's another guy right. Where is it? It's right. You can see there's like 3 little ones right there, and then there's like 4 little guys. So otherwise, corners are square. You know, there's no bindery tear. Oh, there's a little bindery dent there. They don't often take off for that. But, you know, otherwise it's a pretty bright and clean book. But look, if you look across the surface of it, you'll start to see all these little imperfections. You'll start to see those swipe marks. You'll see wrinkles. Like, once you get into this work, like, nothing looks perfect again. Look at that. So these are all things that a person just walking up to a book says, oh, sweet, 9.8. And then if you look it up, you're like, no, dude. No 9.8. Look at the back. Look at the back of this book. Watch this. So you'll see, there you go. There's a spine tick right there. You can see it. And then there's another one, I believe, right here. Yeah, let's kind of let you right there. Right there's a spot. And then look at this. There's wrinkles like everywhere in the back of this book. So cumulatively, I'm, you know, mid to low 9s, 1994, because cumulatively that's all, you know, they're the same type of defect, so they can only take you down so much. But yeah, that book is not, look at that too. There's also a little spot right here. And we get that out, we'll fix it. But we will make this book a 9.8. No problemo. This one is similar in that it is another Avengers book, but check this out. So we've got right there, Beast's face. This is, you know, firmly 9.6 territory just because of that. I mean, CGC has been kind of a clown show lately, so who knows what they'll grade things at. But look, there we go. Better to have them gone, right? There we go, right there. Look at all that. So this book doesn't need a lot of cleaning. There's a little bit of smudge on the white, actually. Honestly, I probably would clean it, but look at the spot in the middle of Avengers right there. So we'll just look at the other side real quick. And look at this, though. This is where you like really start to see it. So you got this spot right here. You've got all that stuff to deal with. And you've got wrinkles, like little spots all over the cover in the back, like in this little Army Man thing right there. So, I mean, like, cumulatively, these probably don't bring it down too much, but definitely going to say low 9s because of that. Definitely not a 9.8. There we go. Look at that. So we're going to fix all that. And here's how we do it. So I'm going to show you my more advanced lesson for my even tinier. These are little bitty spine ticks and not the big easy ones like I had in my last video. So because of that, I need to also warm the book up separately from steaming it. So the first thing we're going to do is to warm it up. And what we're going to do is we are going to get a metal plate hot here. And then we are going to take it out. It's at a 125. I preheated it. It's going to fall in about 10 seconds here. You'll see. There it goes. And then I have these little tiny hot pads because it's pretty warm. And while you weren't looking, with my other hand, I have covered the book with a sheet of silicone paper, and I'm just going to lay this on top of it to get it warm. And I will leave it here for about a minute or two, probably close to 2 minutes. And then I'm going to steam it, and then I will get the spine ticks out. So this book is now warm, and it has also warm to the touch, which is what we want. And we're also going to put a little bit of steam in it here, right along there, until it curls up. You can see the paper relax. When it's time, it's most notably up here. There it goes, right there. It just popped off the cover. That's when you know you're done. That's all you need to do. All right, now this part's pretty much the same as last time. We're just gonna tuck this in here a little bit, really tightly. It's gotta be the chamfered board. You've gotta have this rounded edge. And these are the thinner silicone sheets. I have 2 thicknesses of them. This is the thin one on here now, and this is the thick one. I have a thicker guy. that is more durable and you can use it more times, but I don't use it for these because I want to see where the spine tips were and spend more time on it. So, sorry, this is the thicker guy here. So that you can use these all day long, but you can't see through them. So that's why I sell both. Then we just do like we did last time, which we say, hey, little spine ticks, where are you? And then I just go on here and I'm just gonna like, you know, it's the same story, just hopefully more better audio because I got a lot of complaints. And I'm just gonna rub this up and down here. It's now it should be supple. It may take a few of these to get it working right. Incidentally, today is my 50th birthday, so I am an old fart and have been doing this for a long time. So I started collecting comic books in 1979, a book I still have, all my books that I've bought. I have not stopped. I have been continuously subscribed to The Amazing Spider-Man by mail or an LCS for over 40 years. And I have been cleaning comic books almost all that time, but doing it seriously probably around 22 years. It takes a lot of practice. And we'll see how this comes out. We're going to press this, of course, afterwards as well. And let's see how it looks. Yeah, they're actually pretty much all gone. I'll show you in the video a little bit later. Are they pretty much all gone or all gone? Because there's kind of a difference there. Yeah, they're all gone. Well, there's a little tiny guys right here. Only the pickiest will see them, but I am picky, so I will see them. Without that chamfer, this would be just a line right here. And chamfering boards is hard because the paper likes to get torn up, and you have to form it and then sand it, and then it's hard to do. So, okay, good. Now let's do the other side. So we're going to take our same chamfer here, and we are going to put our board underneath it, flip it around, and where's our villains here? We have a spot there, a spot here, so they're about to go bye-bye. Unless we have to re-steam it. It may have been that it's not, it may have been too long since we steamed it. We may have to go back. We're kind of drying it out as we get it warm. A little bit of a race against time. Okay, you stinker. How you doing? Oh, it smells good. It smells like improving comic books. Oh, nope, this one's still here. We got this guy to go here. We gotta get this. I'm gonna probably have to steam the back of this again. Almost certainly. Oh gosh, that is so close to being gone. You little devil. Don't do it to me, don't do it to me. We'll get it, don't worry. No, did not get it. I'm going to have to steam it, I think. Oh gosh, it's so close. It's like, I'm not sure they would see that. I'm going to get this spot over here while I'm at it. If you don't get it with this, if the tacking iron doesn't get it, you have to rub it with a tool. So if the tacking iron doesn't get it, I got to rub it with this thing. So counterintuitively, you have to make this look worse before you can look better. So in this particular case, there is a bitty spot there that's not coming out. So I got to mark where it is. Here, it's on this 3 line. And then I'm going to go here. I'm just going to rub it with this back of this scupula, this microscupula. And this will help to kind of crush the area around it a little bit. And then I can, now it's actually looking pretty better just from that. So we'll just kind of rub it with this kind of, it's a rounded back tool. Kind of make a little, some people use the ball bearing. I like the scupula because I can be more precise. Okay, that's pretty close, honestly. But we're going to go ahead and steam it, and then we're going to continue. So I'll just pause for the cause here for a minute and then re-steam it. Okay, we are back, and honestly, I think, geez, just steaming it has actually done a lot of good by itself. It's actually, I don't know if you can see it in the camera, but it's actually right. I'm lining up with the 3.5 mark. It's right there. And that little stinker is going to be the bane of our existence here. I have a round bottom one. This is the flat one. I have a rounded bottom one too, fixture for this, but this is the one we're going to use right now. This one's kind of tough. And I'm starting to notice more imperfections in this book as I see them here. All right, you little stinker. Got him. See? Told you up here. See this? There's color rub. We are going to remove that color. Oh, geez, it's all over the place. Now that I'm looking, I see color rub here. It's along there. So what are we going to do? We are going to take off that color rub. So what does Uncle Rick have in his magic box? We are going to use my MacuClean solution on a swab, and we are going to remove that color rub. So there's this spot right here, there, and it won't come off right away. I'll just let it soak and then we'll get it. Oh, you little stinkers. They're everywhere. Man, there's like little spots all along this here. We're just going to, I'll get that. I'm just going to let it soak for about 30 seconds. And I'll wipe it out of there. There's a little, this is the thing with doing this, is that no book ever looks really good to you again. After you start doing this, they all look terrible. So it's going to take a little bit, but I will wipe this off, and then we will be better. It will look good. And then we will just give it a quick heat press, and we will be all happy again. All right, to save you from eternal boredom, I also likewise warmed up this book with a hot plate and steamed it, and we're gonna do the same thing here. You know, and I'm only using the hot plate and the preheating because some of the spine ticks are so tiny. If they were huge, I wouldn't bother with that. Can you do this yourself at home? Absolutely. All you need is a tacking iron. This is like the cheapest one. I got a Hobby Lobby. It's like 15 bucks. You can make one from a soldering iron and a little, flat piece of metal that you cut out with tin snips or a tool at home. It's not fancy. Now, will you do a great job? No, you will not. You will burn little holes in the cover. You will put more dents than you take out at first, 30 or 40 books into it, you're going to be perfect at it. You're going to keep going. You're going to learn things like I'm doing. Like I'm probably not even thinking of stuff that I'm doing. It's like keeping it moving, finding the right location. You're going to get a spot too hot, and it's going to come out, and the color is going to be white there or missing. I'm trying not to show you that, but that's what's going to happen at first, and then you will get good at it, and then you too will have removed your spine ticks. Or you can send them into a professional, like me. You can send them into me and I'll do it for you. You can buy all the stuff here from me except the tack. I'm not going to charge you for buy a tacking. I can't get them hardly any cheaper than you can, so I mean, just buy one of those. But the other stuff, the paper sheets, which I buy in a big sheet and I cut to size, and they're just a little thicker than your standard parchment paper and with more silicone, so they just last a little longer, but otherwise you can buy them. I just have to buy 1,000 at a time. See this back here? You know what? I can already tell you that I'm going to have to re-steam it, so we are going to do a little break again, and I'll just keep talking. So yeah, you can buy the chamfer boards from me, which I make, the metal sheets, which I have, I buy aluminum stock and I polish it and have it water jet cut to size of these boards, and it's thick. Of course, it's expensive to ship to me and then to ship to you and all that stuff, so they're not cheap, but they work. I have cold press boards as well, which are nice. So let's get this guy here. All right, you little joker. I don't think I even actually need to. This doesn't really a spine tick as much as it is like a major defect, but we could probably just press this out. But it's kind of good for our mental state to do this. So yeah, that's, oh geez, there's a little, hot little stinker. Gotcha. All right, stinker, come on out. Gee, he's still staying in there. The other ones we got out, there's one little tiny guy right here that I would like to provide a spine tick free experience. That's almost too long. I'm a little scared of rubbing it. All right, I got it. Okay. Geez, that little stinker. There's a few other spots. Like this one here is kind of deep. This won't press out, so I'm going to rub it with this guy here. And then I'm just going to hit it with this, and when I press it later, it'll come out. By the way, this little scapula thing is good for staple removal. Sometimes I take some Absorine or a cleaning pad and use them to like trace letters out in a title and stuff. So it's pretty useful little guy. Oh yeah, we got that one. So these are all done. I will show you what they look like. Hopefully I'll have fewer complaints about the work I'm doing for free on a non-monetized channel for people who want to make lots of money quickly on their comic books. There's a little dent right here, and that is not going to come out in the press. So again, we gotta crush the whole area around it. And oh, that's not coming out still. It's really deep. I may have to re-steam that. It's almost like a cut in the paper. Well, we'll get it. I'm hoping it comes out in the big press. I'll have to work on that for a while. Okay, where are we getting? Never mind. Emergencies averted. Some of these spine ticks have not come out all the way yet. There's a few here that I'm seeing now as I'm staring at it longer, are still there. But they're just tiny. I mean, you really have to look. I have light at a low angle. You know, it's what they call a small light source, and it's at a low angle, so it's like directly pointing here, and it helps me to see them. Oh gosh, they're still there. It's gonna need more work, so I'll keep working on it. Now, because I'm an idiot and I forgot to put my chamfer back in the front, I put the chamfer back this time, and I did reheat it and then steam it. My third time I finally got them out of here, because they were really super teeny tiny right there. And so it is basically impossible to do without the chamfer, because you basically force a line from the underlying board as you try to remove the spine ticks. So that's the only real trick, I would say, is you got to have one of those. Of course I sell them because I make them, so, and they're cheap, so you can buy those. The tacking irons, like I said, don't even sell, because, you know, what the hell, just go buy those. Nothing special about them. All right, yeah, we got that out of there. Oh yeah, they look pretty good, actually. There's one little maybe microscopic spot right here. Oh yeah, I got it. Okay, we're good. We're all good now. I'm just gonna make doubly sure, because I don't want it to come back. They rarely come back, but. And then I'm gonna just let that little stinker cold press for a while. So I'll put it under one of my cold press boards, and then so it'll just sit here flat, and then I will heat it up once it's been cold pressing. Once it's had a chance to relax, I will put it in the hot press, and then we will be all done with that book, and I'll show you what it looks like. I hope this is a better video than my last one. I hope I receive fewer complaints and that it teaches you something. All right, take care. Bye-bye. So what's this look like? So just my office press is only a single comic at a time. I've got clearly larger presses. Now, about presses, I recommend the spring type, not the fulcrum type, because I don't like the pop staples and I like even vertical pressure. And so this was low pressure before. I'm setting it to a little bit higher pressure now. I've got a pressing board underneath it. It's aluminum. This is 80 thousandths thick. Got Teflon on the bottom. Then I have backing boards on either side. A silicone sheet on the top. I've got my chamfer board in there, and then atop that I am going to stick another board, just because I don't want to transfer any imperfections in the aluminum to the board itself, to the comic itself. Then I've got one of these, which, you know, this looks beat up and scratched up, and the surface of it is buttery smooth, but it looks like it has scratches. But don't worry, because I always put something between them, I don't worry about there being a transfer. Like I said, I preheated the bottom so much that it's practically uncomfortable to my hand right now. And then this is what my sandwich looks like, right? I've got aluminum, and I have Teflon, and then I have book, and then I've got my looks like an accordion after a while. And then I'm gonna just sandwich this sucker down, and that's a little tighter than I'd like, but I'll loosen it in a moment. And I'm gonna set this for 160. It will go for 600 seconds. Once it reaches 160, and then I will let it cool to ambient temperature in this unit, and then I will put it under a cold press board like this for 6 to 8 hours, and then we will be done. All right, so this is like the after video. So this one is cold pressing still, but I'll take it out in a moment. Here's the benders here, so you can get a better angle of the dangle. Look at that spine, tickless, and I'll show you the back as well in a moment here. See that? That's how you do it. Look at that, how smooth that is. There were lots of little lines and wrinkles. This book's glossy, even after vacuum cleaning, and beautiful. And by the way, this other book, there's my cold press. So I sell these, but this is the elite thickness. I say 1/4 inch is actually like 0.238 inches thick. That's good for cold pressing, just like that. And I will show you. Now you may remember at the beginning this book had some stains in the back as well, but it does not anymore. So remember this corner had those dirt. Thank you, my VacuClean. That's my cleaner. And down here, there's a little bit, actually. I can still see a teeny bit. I'm gonna have to go back and get those out, but it's subtle, but it's better, obviously. And I've seen that level of tick still get 9.8. So I think this book might be 9.8. Now I've taken that schmutz off and cleaned it up. So might get it. We'll find out. I mean, this is going to get graded. So, and we got these spine ticks out. Remember that? It's all gone. It's glossy, clearly, even after wet cleaning. So all the reds are bright. I think this book's greatly improved. So anyway, people always ask for the after picture. So there you go. That's it. So now I'm reviewing. These are some of going over some of the before and after pictures. Here's Avengers 195, spine tick on Beast's face there. You can see the middle of the book. There are a few spine ticks that we removed with our chamfer board, heat press, silicone sheets. There's these ones on the back here. We got out the same way. More spine ticks on 196. And remember, you buy all this stuff on my website. So don't ask me in comments. This is where you get it if you want to use stuff to do this. There's more spine ticks there, and the last one we'll do the Spider-Man. This is just a Mackie clean. This is a wet cleaning, so you can see before and after. I didn't even do a particularly good job, but it looks a lot cleaner, and that's it.